Hi guys, sorry for the delay. My internet is acting up again. I am so ready to get new internet. Okay, I think it's still going. Hopefully it's going to last through the whole live. I had everything set up and then my internet just went dead. So hopefully it'll keep going. The signal is really low for some reason. I even reset it and everything, so it should be doing really good. But let's see, I've got my chat up. Let's see here. Oh, hi Ann. Oh, it's on your wish list. Yeah, I almost well, I planned on getting it. I didn't plan on getting it as one of my first orders, but I did because I got to thinking some neat things to do with it. So I hope you like the cards. The cards themselves are easy, but I want to show you some different ways to color this stamp set because there are a few of them, and I'll show you a couple experiments I did that didn't work out very well. Okay. Oh, hi Judy, and oh, hi Patty. Glad you guys are here. Okay, so let's hope like crazy. Right now the internet is working, so I'm gonna try to get going so it doesn't go out again. Looks like I'm actually live on Facebook too. I couldn't even get Facebook to go live again. So yep, I'm gonna have to make some changes. We're waiting on we live out in the country. We can't get fiber right where we're at, but our electric company is in the process of getting it to us. Right now we're with AT&T and it's actually getting worse, I think. Sometimes it's really good and sometimes it really messes up. So, very aggravating. So let's go ahead and I'm going to hurry up and talk about a few things real quick and then we'll get to stamping. I want to make sure you remember about my monthly online card club. You have till May 15th to subscribe to get my Cheerful Daisies club. These are the actual sneak peeks of the cards this time. Last week I didn't have them made. This week they're made. I have made one alternative, and I'm hoping to get that video up tomorrow. And I'll show you everything up close that you get in this month's kit. But I've got a list here. You get a half pack of the Fresh as a Daisy DSP, the full pack of the 2023 to 2025 in color jute trim. So you get all 5 colors. I think it's 5 yards for each color, which is really nice. And then adhesive back solid gems. Now those are on low inventory, but they're still available. I was really worried they were going to go out on me, but if they do, I can use the new in color dots, and those will work too. But that is $39.50 every month, and you'll always get up $21 to $27 worth of Stampin' Up product that you get to keep. You won't use it all for your card clubs. I mean, club cards. There we go. I got those words mixed up. And then you do it through PayPal. You do not have to have an account with PayPal. You can do it as a guest. They just take care of the subscription for me and charge the card that you tell them to charge every month. Um, and then you can cancel any time. But if you stay in for 6 months, you get a bonus package worth $25, and that's 6 consecutive months. No quitting in between. You have to do 6 consecutive months, and every 6 consecutive months, you get a $25 bonus. The first bonus, I give you some necessities that you need for all the club things, just things that you need. Then the next 6 months and every 6 months after that, you get to pick out up to $25 worth of product. And then you also get the option to add on the stamp set or bundle that I'm using, but you do not have to pay the shipping and tax. You only pay the actual merchandise price for that bundle or stamp set, and I will pay the shipping and tax for you. So it's like an 18% savings. So it's a real good deal, but that's only for the people that are members of my club that get that benefit. And then today started the brand new paper pumpkin kit. And those of you on YouTube, if you've started commenting while I'm doing these different screens, I'll look at your comments here in just a minute. I can't see them right now. But we've got the welcome in. This one I'm excited about, paper pumpkin kit. They've all been really good here lately. And we have another add-on. I can't remember. Forgot to look to see what the price is. Last time it was only like $6. It's probably around there too. Uh, to die cut some of the images it looks like in the stamp set. Of course, I don't know what it looks like, but it does coordinate with the Countryside Corners suite. So you'll be able to use the stamps that come with this kit with the suite in the annual catalog. And that's a real popular suite right now. It's a real nice one. So that is, you have till June 10th. So that one just started the subscription window just started today. So you've got till June 10th. And now we'll go ahead and I've got like I said, there, find the subscription link in the video description below. And I did forget to tell you with my club, there's also a link down in the video description to go to my card club page to get all the information. If you have any questions, you can either email me by clicking that contact me link in the video description. Facebook, just message me. I could, because my software messed up, it erased everything that I had typed in the description for this video. So if there's not going to be any description there, I'm sorry about that. You could check out my YouTube if you want to see any of those. But if you want to order, just click the shop button at the top of my business page. And hopefully I'll just put up another post with the links to this. I don't think they're going to let me edit the video, which stinks. That's one thing I wish Facebook let us do. But I'll look into that. Hopefully I can get some stuff added. Then, let me hurry up and go back. Now we're going to start with the class. This is what we're doing here tonight. I do a free class every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And this week I'm doing the Softly Sketched stamp set. This is not a bundle. It's just a stamp set. And you've got till Wednesday, May 17th, by the end of the day. It's midnight your time zone, because I won't place the order till the next day anyway. So you've got till midnight your time zone on the 17th to place your order. Place at least a $40 order before shipping and tax. A couple of you have ordered and you missed the embellishments by just like $1.50, a couple dollars. So make sure you check out, make sure you look at the total. That's just the merchandise total before the shipping and tax get added on. That's because I don't want you to miss out on getting the embellishments. So $40 order before shipping and tax. You'll get the card kits to make 2 of each of these cards. $55 order will also get you a full pack of the in color dots, which I love these dots. I'll show you those here in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to switch here. Now I can get my chat back up for YouTube. Hi, Jan. I thought so. $6 for the add-on for the dies with the paper pumpkin. I thought that's probably what it was. Okay, yeah, I think I've seen everybody's comments. And it's a lovely evening here in Indiana. It's got up to 83 today. That's a little warm for May, but it's really nice out. Okay, now here are the card kits for this class. There are 2 of each, like I said. So for your $40 order before shipping and tax, using the host code you see in the bottom left corner of the screen, that will get you these card kits. If you bump it up to a $55 order, you get a full pack of the 23 to 25 in colors dots. Aren't those gorgeous? Here, let me show you the ones I've got open here. That's not a full pack, but this covers up the pebbled path. So these are all the colors you get. I love the shimmer to them. They are so pretty. I really, really like these a lot. Might be because I like the colors, but I also like the shimmer that they have. These are really neat dots. So you get that free with a $55 order. So $40 order, you get the card kits, make 2 of each card with the envelopes, and you also, if $55 before shipping and tax, you get the embellishments added on. Okay, so let's get started here. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm going to reset. Well, I don't know if I can do that. I'm not seeing any comments on Facebook. I'm afraid I'm missing those again. Here, let me see if I can do this. I saw a like once, so it could be it's just not working right. Let me see if I can reset this page. My tablet sometimes messes. Well, no, it wouldn't be my tablet. Sometimes it's just the Facebook messes up. Okay, so hopefully I'll be seeing comments. If I miss any when you're on Facebook, I will come back and answer them afterward, because it could just be some problem with my, because I can see there are a couple people watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this. This one is going to be a monochromatic card. That's when you use the same color. Now, I'm using 2 kind of grays. This dark one, I meant to bring some other grays over to show you the difference with the pebble path. But this is that pebbled path, new in color. And this is gray granite next to it. Basic gray is a little darker than this one, so that gives you an idea. And the smoky slate is lighter than this one here. So that kind of gives you our different colors with our grays. But this pebbled path is really pretty. I like it a lot. So this is just a card base here that's 5.5 by 8.5. So go ahead and fold this in half. You're going to be amazed at how fast these cards go together. And I'm using all 3 images in the set. Oh yeah, I need to show you the stamp set, don't I? Let me do that real quick. Here it is. I love all these images. They are so pretty. There's not a lot of coloring to do with them. You could color them, stamp them in just one color, and I'll show you that here in a minute. You can do it, Well, like I said, I'm going to be showing you how to do the different coloring. But I just love it. It is so pretty. And with all the detail to it, that's why you don't have to do a lot of coloring. And you'll see that here in just a minute when I start making some stuff. So we've got this here. Now I'm going to grab a piece of, this is that gray granite. It's 4 by 5 1/4. And here, let me show you the folder. But isn't this cool? This is called exposed brick. So we've got this side, and this is what it looks on the other side. So you can use whichever side you want. But this is what it looks like. It's one of our 3D folders, one of the 6 by 6 ones. Actually, probably 6 1/4, something like that. But yeah, I love this one a lot. And I'm using this on a couple of the cards. So that's what I embossed with this. I'm using the Earthen Elegance DSP. This is one of the ones here. This it's part of the Earthen Elegance suite that's in the mini catalog. And that's going to be the suite I use in my card club for June. So if you subscribe to get my Cheerful Daisies, if you stay in the group and keep subscribing, you'll get this suite next month. So I've got this, and I thought this would look really good with this set too. So this one is a 1.5 by 5 1/4 piece. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my gray granite piece once I get this going again. Well, it's misbehaving on me. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to get some paper. I'll have to get some grid paper. It'll just take me a second. I'll go ahead and put this on, because I'll definitely need some. There we go. We've got that there. Looks like I might have cut it just a little bit too long. I'm going to just clip that off real quick. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to put a piece of, this is the Pebbled Path textured ribbon. All 5 colors, new in colors, have this textured ribbon. It's so neat. I love the texture to it. It's really neat. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. Now, the reason I am using grays, I am using a charcoal blended look with this coloring scheme. They actually talk about it in the catalog. They tell you how to do it. And I thought, oh, that is such a neat idea. So I thought I'd try it. And sometimes it's hard to, when you look at a picture, to figure out how to do it. So I thought, I'm just going to teach you how to do it so you'll know what they're talking about. So now that we've got that ribbon on there, I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the card base. I put a little bit here on the ribbon too. Bring in my card base. That will go just like so. Now I'm going to hurry up and get a piece of grid paper quick. Thankfully, it's close by. I meant to grab one beforehand. I like using the, won't be able to use this much longer. I'm using up what's left of my Stamparatus grid paper. Get this out. Now, this is a cling stamp set. It's rubber, the rubber one. And you don't have to have one of these. I still use this all the time, even with stamping with the clings. I think it gives you a lot better impression. So I'm going to show you, actually, I will just stamp on this twice so you can see the difference here. Now, it could be because this ink pad is a brand new one and it might be inked up a little more than usual. Doesn't seem to be, but when I first stamped this, I'll just show you here. You can see how there's some detail in that image there. Let me stand up to make sure I get in the right spot. I guess it doesn't matter. This is not the side I'm going to use. But see, well, that's actually better than last night. But you can see it's really dark. You can see some of the detail, but not that much. Okay. So I'm going to turn this over. That was like stamping off. Okay. So, well, here, I'll just show you the whole thing. We'll go ahead and ink it up again. And then I'm going to stamp off on my grid paper. And then I'm going to put this on like so. Actually, that turned out kind of funny. Yesterday, it turned out a lot better. You know what? I think I'm going to do that again because that doesn't look very good. I really want you to see the difference here. Let me grab one from one of my packs here. Oops, wrong pack. I think I smeared it a little bit when I was inking it up here. So let me try this again. Watch it not work. This worked out perfectly when I did it last night. So I'm going to stamp off. this right here in the middle. Oh, well, it's just today. But this does show more detail when you stamp off, especially if your ink pad is a little bit juicy. Oh, I wish that would look. I will show you my, actually, that does look close to what it was. Okay, it's doing fine. I don't know why I get so flustered when I have internet problems. So hopefully I'll quit thinking about that and everything's going to be fine, because if I don't get moving, we might lose it again. I think that's probably why I'm getting distracted. I'm afraid it's going to happen again. So with a charcoal blended look, what we're going to do, you stamp it in any dark color. I thought the gray would be real good for the charcoal look. And then I'm going to take a blending brush, get some ink on it. Now I'm going to make sure I come off here first, because this is going to be really dark right at first, and I don't want to be too dark. Kind of pounce on a little bit, then lightly come over here, and you just ink around it in the exact same color. It doesn't have to be a gray or a black or anything like that. Just a dark color. And pounce on, and again, just a little more ink, and then start off here doing circles. There we go. So this is giving a really neat charcoal effect for sure. I was really happy how that turned out. So that definitely gives you a charcoal look when you do that. Oh, thanks, Anne. I'm glad it's looking good to you. For some reason, it just didn't quite look right, but no, it is looking good. Okay, so that one, I know what I was thinking of, and I'll show you here when we get to the second card. I really like that charcoal thing. That's just a really neat look. Super easy. You don't have to color anything in. You're just using a blending brush, and you're set and you're ready to go. Now, I forgot to give you the size of this. This is, where'd my paper go? 2 by 4 inches long, okay? Oh, actually, let's go ahead and get the stamping done first. This is a little piece. It's about 1 3/4 by 3/4. And this one, if I get hold of it, it's another little one. This one is about a 2 1/4 by 1/2 inch. I'm definitely going to stand up here so I can get a better look at what I'm doing here. I'm going to be using the Just Hope You Know on this narrow one here. And I'm only using this one ink pad this whole time on this card, the Pebbled Path. Okay, and I'm going to put this close to the center, probably more to the right, but a little bit to the center. Okay, so we've got that one. And then I'm going to use the How Much You'll Be Missed. And this one I will put in the middle. There we go, close to the middle, and that's fine. So I'm going to do a little cutting here. Okay, I think that is, oh no, I take that back. I'm going to be stamping the inside. Let me get this envelope out of the way, because I'm going to stamp on that by accident. Here's a piece of basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to bring in my cotton again. And I'm just, oop, I got a little black on that, so I'll turn that over. I'm so glad there are 2 sides to cardstock. I'm just going to stamp this over to the left side. I forgot to stamp off, but that's okay. So there's that, and that's all I'm going to do. Now, if you want to get a charcoal look, actually, we can do that. We can just go ahead and take this, pounce it off a little bit, and I'll just do a little bit of charcoal. I didn't do this on my original one. There we go. I'm not going to do the whole sheet, just right around it. So that's got a little charcoal around it. That does look neat. Okay, now I'm done with all the stamping on this card. Put this to the side. So that was my 2 by 4. This is a piece of the Pebbled Path. It's 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. Get this out of the way. We'll put some adhesive on this. We're almost done with this first card. I can't believe it. This is probably going to be one of my quicker lives, even starting late. Okay, I'm going to put this right here in the middle. And then I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. Now, because this is dark cardstock, I'm going to use my black dimensionals. So I'm going to put one in each corner. And because it's kind of long, I'm going to go ahead and put one here in the middle too. Push those down, make sure they're on good. I take all my paper backings off here. I just scoop them off. Oops, if I can get a hold of them. Now that it's getting warmer out, my office is in the basement, and we've got a dehumidifier down here. I think we're going to have to turn it on because I'm noticing things are starting to get a little damp. I hate to do that because my office starts to get hot when that happens. Okay, I'm going to put this right in the middle, like so. Okay, and now with my greetings, I didn't want them to just be straight rectangles. Where to put my paper snips? Oh, there they are. So I'm on this one here. I'm just going to do a little triangle there, and I'm going to go the same direction on this one. There we go. So we've got that one ready to go, and that's going to go down here. This one, I just wanted this side to have that little angle. And I'm going to put, they're going to be overlapping this piece here. So this side needs a dimensional. This side just needs regular seal since it's going to be on this thing. It's popped up already. So I'm going to turn that over. I'm going to go ahead, even though this is a white piece of cardstock, I'm still going to use my black because this is dark still down here. And then with this one, I know this side is the one I want a dimensional on. So I'll put one right here. Okay. I don't know where I put my take your pick tool, but we'll just do this. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Now this one, oh, I need some seal. Put this right here. So I'm going to put some on this end. So that way it will attach to my cotton here. And I want this left side to line up like that. Now it is covering up the top of my cotton, but not that much. And I was okay with that. So I'm going to put that there. Actually, I think I made it a little shorter on my first one. So if you make this, you might want to make it a little shorter, and it'll be over here. I forgot I need, well, you know what? I think I can fix this because that really is needs to be a little shorter. I think I'll even clip off a little bit of the dimensional, but that's okay. There, that's a little better. Okay, that shows a little more of the cotton. Then I'll put some seal right here. Take this one off. Hope I find my take. Oh, there's my take your pick tool. I didn't put it where I normally put it. That's what was throwing me. And then this is just going to go right down here. So you've got just hope you know how much you'll be missed. And then I'm going to grab the inside. I'll put this on the inside of the card. And then I will get my pretty in color dots out. There we go. And let me grab my dots. I'm going to be using, since I'm using Pebbled Path on this whole thing, that's what I'm going to use on here. These actually have a pewter type look, don't they? They look more like pewter to me. Or not more, they just do look like pewter. Okay, here's my take your pick tool. I'm going to put a small one on the end of this one. So I could have made that even shorter, but that's okay. Then I'm going to grab a medium one. And I'm going to put it right here. And then, oops, got some of the putty from the take your pick tool on there. And then I'm going to grab a large one and put one right here. So there we go. That's the first card. See how quick that went? Okay. I really hope I'm not getting any comments during this one because I am not seeing any on Facebook. I'm seeing you guys here on YouTube but not on Facebook. That's happened to me before, and I came back on and there were tons of comments I totally missed. So hopefully I'm not missing them. I want you to, if you're watching that did comment on Facebook, I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you because I'm not. So there's the card. So I'm going to grab my second pack here. This is going to be another way to color this. And I'm going to be using that butterfly and the flower version. Get my envelope out of the way here. Now this is Misty Moonlight that came back. This used to be an in color. And this is with the new boho blue next to it. So that kind of gives you the contrast to those. Very pretty. Of course, Night of Navy is a lot darker. I really meant to bring some comparisons for you. That's something I was going to include, and I totally forgot to do it. So now with this, see how I embossed this just a little bit? I didn't want any embossing on this side, just on this side. I used one of the Basics 3D folders. Here we go. And what I did, I'll just show you real quick. Right now I'm using, this is what you get in your pack ×2. So that's why everything's die cut and embossed for you, because this is what your pack's going to look like if you place that order. But what I did, I just put it in here straight, closed it up, and then ran it through my embossing machine, fold first. So that's how you do that, just to get a partial. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. This is another just regular 5.5 by 8.5 piece for the card base. And then I'm going to grab this. Now, this is from our rose gold foil specialty paper. This is the matte finish one. There's a matte finish. There's also, I think you get 2 of each. They're 12 by 12 sheets. This is the matte finish. There's a real shiny one. And then there's one, I think it's like, not holographic. I got to look that up. But it's got different colors. Holographic, is that the word? Can't think of my words tonight. Oh, thanks, Anne. I'm glad you loved it. So we've got this. And the reason I did, these are 1/2 inch by 4 inch pieces. I want my foil to go as long as it can. So I didn't want to have to do a 2 1/4 inch piece. So I saved, let's see, that's 1 inch. So I saved 1 1/4 inch doing it this way. Okay. So I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to grab my silicone mat. If I get a hold of it here, because I don't want to get glue on my new workspace. Turning this over. Isn't this a neat? I can't wait to use that with that Earthen. I can't think of the name of the set. Earthen something. Textures. I think it's Earthen Textures. With the actual stamp set or bundle that came with this. I'm sorry, it's in the same suite. So, but this is the side I'm using today, because it didn't quite go with the card I was going for. Oh yeah, I forgot what I was doing. I'm going to put some seal all the way across. I guess you don't have to, but I think it holds those strips on a little better. And I'm going to go all the way across here. So I've got adhesive on both sides. Now I'll grab one of these. And you just kind of line it up to the thickness you want that border to be. There we go. That looks good. And the reason I'm using my silicone mat, there's still a little bit of adhesive showing over here, so I didn't want to get that on here. It'll come off. If it sticks to this, it comes off really easy. Then I'm going to line this one up. Oh, it looks like I got that one a little short, but that's okay. There we go. So now we've got a nice trim on both sides, and I've saved that much of the foil. So that makes it last a lot longer. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card base, on this piece here that's partially embossed. And I just want a little bit to show. I went a lot farther than I needed to. But I did that on purpose because I didn't want to go too short, and then I put this on and I've got a flat space here. So that's why I go a little farther than what I need to go. See if I can get this on here. Probably should be standing up because I can tell I'm not getting it on very good. There we go. That's better. So now we've got that on. I'm going to put this on the card base because I'm not going to be using any ribbon on this one. Okay. And I liked this on the left side. Of course, you can swap it around if you make this card later. Okay, so I've got that done. Now I'm going to bring in this circle. I'm using my go-to dies again. You guys are probably getting sick of me using these. My Stylish Shapes dies. And I'm using the largest one did the Misty Moonlight circle. And then the basic white one was the second largest. So those were the dies I used to do that. Bring in my paper here again. And I'm going to be inking this up. Now this time I'm not going to need to stamp off to get the texture because I'm going to be using some sponge daubers. And I'm going to use on the butterfly. Let's see here. I'm going to do, well, you know what? I'm going to start with the flowers. The flowers I did the Moody Mauve. So I'm going to take my sponge dauber for that color. Make sure I'm still in the picture here. And where these two flowers are, I'm just going to pounce and get some color on here. Okay. Do this. Do the same thing on this flower. Now this could be a bud or a leaf. I'm decided to make it a leaf, but you can do whichever you want. Okay, so there are my flowers. Now I'll do my butterfly, and that's going to be in Misty Moonlight. And then I'm going to pounce on him. Trying not to get on the flowers. With this look, it's not awful if you get some of the colors in a different area than you want, because it still goes along with the effect. But they're far enough away, it's a little easier to do than some stamps. And now I'm going to use Wild Wheat, another in color. Now this is not one of the colors in that Earthen Elegance DSP, but it works fine since I'm just using one that's got some Misty Moonlight boho blue in it. So here's my Wild Wheat. And now I'll just do the stem. And the reason I did the Wild Wheat last, I did get a little bit of the mauve on the stem, but then I can just go over it with the Wild Wheat, and I can get a lot closer to the flower. It's a little easier not to get it on the flower than on the stem. So that's all inked up. I'm going to bring in my circle, put this on there, hold it down for a few seconds. And then I've got some different colors, and you get that really soft look. Isn't that pretty? I love that. And I like it better with having some white highlights. It looks really good. Now, I wanted to show you, because this is the one I played around with. This is what it looked like when I just stamped it without stamping off. You can't see the detail at all, can you? It looks pretty muted. This you can see the detail a lot better. With the sponge daubers, you don't ink it up too much, so there's no reason to do the double stamping when you use the sponge daubers. But that was a little experiment. Now, this is what it looked like when I stamped off, so you can see how it's a little lighter. This one's too bold. Now you can see the detail a little better stamped off with the pebbled path. That's what both of these were stamped with. And then I took my Moody Mauve sponge dauber and tried to color it in that way. As you can see, it didn't color very good. I didn't like that look, so I nixed that idea. I tried it with the blends, and you can't see any of the lines in the butterfly. Maybe if I did it in black, you could. So maybe I'll try that sometime. But that's why I decided not to do that one. And that's why I decided to do it, just put the ink with sponge daubers onto the stamp. I thought that looked a lot better. So I wanted to show you some of my experiments yesterday. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it on my circle. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Oop, I'm covering up my dimensionals too. So this is just going to go right in the center of that circle. That looks pretty good. And I want to grab, I need to stamp something on here, and I forgot. So I'm going to open this up. I forgot I needed to do my greeting, and I need to do some cleaning. So I'm going to clean this one, because I'm going to use this one again, the Just Hope You Know. And I'm also going to be doing a different color on this one. So I'm going to take all those different colors off of the butterfly one. That's ready to go. And I'm going to take my Misty Moonlight, because it shows up really good on the boho blue. It looks really pretty. So I'm going to ink this up, put it down here near the bottom, because I'm going to stamp a little something underneath it. So I've got Just So You Know, and I'm using the You're Not Alone. Now, I learned with this one, I lined up let's see, the top of this stamp with the bottom of those words on the top. I did them a little farther apart before, and they were way too far apart, and that made it line up really good, at least with mine. Yours might be a little different, because sometimes when they die cut these out, they're off just a little bit, but that's how mine lined up pretty good. So now I've got Just Hope You Know You're Not Alone. I'm going to bring in this. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to use dimensionals on this one. Once again, I'm going to use the black ones. I'm going to be using the black ones on all three cards. And I did it again. I'm probably looking right at it. I keep doing something with my take your pick tool. I'm not sure what I do with it. Okay, so I'll take this off. I'm looking in my screen to see if you can see it, but no, it's not there either. Okay, so I'll just put this right here. I'm going to angle it a little bit. There we go. So we've got that on there. And I'm going to put some bling on here. I'm going to use the boho blue ones this time. Oh, I can't believe I can't. Well, here, I'll use this other one. I forgot I've got another one over here. See if I can lose this one now, too. So I'm going to put a large one, if I get a hold of it. There we go. Over here. Sometimes I never know where to put these embellishments. I struggle with this sometimes. I'm going to put a little one up here. I do always know to kind of make a little triangle. That kind of makes it more appealing to the eye. I'm going to use a medium-sized one. Boy, I'm messing up this putty. Look at this. Oh, no, that's the dimensional. There we go. I mean the dot. So I'm going to put this right here. And then I'm going to grab another small one and put it right here. So there we go. We've got that on there. Now I'm going to do the inside. And I'm going to show you another option. I almost did it with this, and I think if you don't want to do these different colors on this particular card, this would look pretty just stamping it in the Misty Moonlight. Now I'm only going to be stamping a partial of it, but you'll get the idea here. I'm going to ink this up. And remember when I showed if you don't stamp off when you use an ink pad, with this one, it doesn't show the detail for sure. So I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to just put this down here without the stem. Isn't that pretty just in the blue? I really like that. So you could do the whole thing in the blue, because I think that would be pretty on the front of the card too. So there's this option, or if you're in a hurry, you can just do it in the blue, and I think it would look really pretty. So that would end up being another monochromatic card if you did that too. So we'll go ahead and put this on the inside. And we will be done with the second card already. We would have gotten it done. Oh, you know what I just did. You probably just saw. I'm so used to doing portrait. Okay, I will fix this later. Pretend like it's not upside down. Here, let's see if we can do it this way. Well, now he's sideways. That's not so bad. I'll get that fixed later. Here, let me show you my original. So you can see what it's supposed to look like. There we go. That's what the inside's supposed to look like. Okay, I knew I'd do that. I do that every time I do a landscape. I almost always put it in the wrong area. That didn't look too bad. Just the butterfly looks like he's kind of hanging on, but they do that too, so I guess that still works. So there's the second card. And now we've got one more to go. And this one is actually going to combine both of the techniques I used. Just let me I'm going to check a couple things out here, make sure things are still working. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, now this one is going to be another totally different color scheme. This is going to be using more of the Moody Mauve and Pretty Peacock. That's another color that used to be an in color that came back. I love being able to use some of these old colors again, and I love the new ones. So there's the Pretty Peacock. That's the card base. So that's 5.5 by 8.5. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way. And I will fold this in half. There it is. And then this piece here was embossed. There, you can see that when I get close up. With this is another one of the basics 3D folders. So the only one I didn't use, because it's a 3-pack, I didn't use the polka dot one. But that's the one that I did with this one. I like this one a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, no, I don't want to put this on there yet. Here's another piece. This one was a 4 by 5.25. This one is a 3 by 4.25. And this one I used that exposed brick again that I used earlier. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if it's upside down. But there's that in the Pretty Peacock. So I'm going to put this right in the middle of this. Get it on the corners. So I'm going to actually probably put this card pretty much together, and I'll do the stamping here in just a minute. So I'm going to put that right in the center. I'm going to use another piece of that Earthen Elegance DSP. This one is 4 by 1 inch. This is kind of a neat look too. Oops. I'm looking forward to making the cards for club next month. I was looking forward to the one I did this month too, for that matter. I'm going to put this right across the middle. I do better going this way from me looking at it, because I can line it up a little better. I always seem to get a little straighter when I do it this way. So there we go. So that's on there. Oops, that's not very straight though, is it? Could be an illusion. I looked at the screen, it looked kind of cockeyed. There we go. So I've got this. I'm not putting any ribbon around it, so now I can put it on the card base. I waited to put this on so I could clip it off, any paper off that might have been too long. A lot easier to do before you attach this to the card. And I'll put this right here in the center. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and get the inside ready. So this is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of the basic white, and this is another 4 inch by 1 inch piece of the same paper. This time I'm not going to stamp on the inside. I'm just going to put a piece of paper across. And I liked it all the way at the bottom. Okay. I go back and forth, either putting it all the way to the bottom or putting it up a little bit and having a little white border at the bottom. This time I kind of liked it all the way at the bottom. Put this on the inside. Okay. So the card is actually pretty much made. Now we're going to do some stamping. This is basic white 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. I'm going to bring this back in. This time I'm using the grapes. Now this one, it's a little hard to see the leaf. If you get it in the light, you can see it. So I'm going to do the leaf first. I found that was a lot easier to do the leaf and then do the grapes. So I'm going to do the wild wheat color again. I've gotten to where I kind of like doing this color with the leaves. With certain colors, of course. It would clash with some of the other colors we have. But with the color scheme I'm using here, this looked really good. So I can tell there's a little bit of a leaf coming down here. So I'm going to do the part that's hardest to see first. And whenever I do this, you can do brush strokes, but I think it goes a lot better if you pounce on with the dauber on the stamp. So I think I got it pretty good. Well, that was a lot easier to see than it was last night. I think the lighting is a little bit better over here. So there we go. I've got my wild wheat and the moody mauve. It's going to looks really good with the grape color. So I'll take that sponge dauber. And now I'm just going to go with wherever I don't see my green up here. Let's go right along. I always go along the edges first, where I don't want to mix things up. So that way I go a little slower at first. And now I can just pounce the rest of it real quick. But you want to make sure that you get it all. Because sometimes you can go too quick on the easy part and then miss a spot. So I think I got them all on there. Maybe a little bit there. Oh, and now I'll put this in the middle. Hold it down. I always hold it down for a few seconds to make sure that ink soaks into the paper. But there we go. So now we've got our grapes. It kind of makes you look like an artist, doesn't it? All I'm doing is putting ink on a stamp, but I really like those grapes. Okay, now I'm going to grab the Hello stamp, do my Pebbled Path ink, and I'm just going to stamp it here in the bottom right corner. There we go. Now, when I first made this card, I went back and forth. At first, I was just going to do white and put it on here, but I thought that was a little too bright. But if you like that look, go ahead and do it. Because I liked it that way, but there was just something I just didn't. I thought, I'm going to do something different. So I'm going to grab another blending brush. So that this is, like I said, is combining the charcoal blended that I did on the first one and then inking up with daubers, like with the other one. So I'm going to take a little bit of the mauve. Make sure I pounce on here like I did with the Pebbled Path on the first card to get some of the ink off, and then lightly put like a little halo or fog or something. Not really halo. More. It just really kind of makes it pop. It goes with the vintage feel, I think, of the image. There we go. But I just thought this really made it look a lot nicer, just putting a little bit of the mauve on there. Let me get this closer, you can see it a little better. So it's not quite as bright of white, and it's not showing up as well as it is in person. Believe me, you can definitely see the sponging or the blending on that. So now it's got a little bit of the ink on there. Boy, that's not showing up very good at all on the screen. Sorry about that. It looks really good in person. But this one I wanted popped up again with dimensionals. Once again, I know this is white, but this is all really dark, so I'm going to use my black dimensionals again. Okay. Put these down and get my take your pick tool. And then all I'm going to have to do is put on the embellishments and I'm going to be done with this class already. We're under an hour. Wow. I even started late. Okay, put this right here. Okay. You can definitely stop there, but it definitely, I think, needs some bling. So let me find my in color dots again. And this time I'm going to use the Moody Mauve ones. And I'm going to put a large one on each end of the DSP. I just thought that kind of made it pop a little bit. Makes it look like it's brads are holding it down. There we go. I like using dots or adhesive backed embellishments a lot better than brads. Because back when we only had brads, it really made the cardstock it would come up, and yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work right. Brads are good for tags, and there are things to use brads for, but for a card, I like using the embellishments a lot better. Okay, and then I thought, oh, it just needs something. That's 2. I still like to use an odd number, so I'm going to grab a small one and just put a little one here. Now, I could add more, but I thought, because I was going to, and I thought, I think that's good. Sometimes a little's better than too much. So there is the last card. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. Let me grab all the cards here. Now, if I'm missing any of your comments, like I said, I'm saying this a few times because I know people come on later, because I'm definitely having internet problems and stuff. So if you commented and I missed it, I will be coming back, I promise, and I will answer them, because I have a funny feeling that's what's happening. And then on YouTube, the live chat goes away. So if you had any questions or comments, I'm seeing likes on Facebook, so I know people are there. So, but on YouTube, I will have to put it in the regular comments. Since the live chat will go away, you can come back to the video and just look at the comments that are underneath the video. And those will, that's where I can answer questions if you have any or comment. I really do appreciate you guys watching every week. I have a lot of fun with you. And like I said, if you want to get this class, I'm going to let you look at the cards one more time. You will get the card kits to make 2 of each. And I showed that at the beginning of the video. So if you came late, make sure you look in the video description. Sorry, Facebook. Like I said, all the technical difficulties I had, everything that I copied and pasted on it disappeared. I'll try to edit it. I don't think last time I tried, Facebook didn't let me. So I will try to do another post with the links that you'll need to get to the card class to find out more about it. Orders that are $40. Well, here, I'll just go to the next screen. $40 order before shipping and tax will get you the card kits to make 2 of each. If you bump it up to $55 before shipping and tax, you get the in-color dots that I was using for free, a full pack. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier. You probably didn't see any of it, but that's what made me late. There were a lot of them, believe me. I'm glad I got everything working. I keep saying this every week, but now that this was even more problem than I've had before, I think I'm going to have to look into some different software. I think this one is going to put on me because I couldn't get it to go on Facebook again. Yeah, it was a nightmare. So I'm glad I'm here. I got you here. Hope you had fun watching. Hope you guys all have a great Mother's Day. Almost forgot. I was so busy this weekend. Almost forgot about that. So we've got Mother's Day on Sunday. Got my married daughter. Her and her husband are going to come spend the night Saturday and spend some of the day with us. So they'll probably go see his mom in the evening. So I just hope you guys all have a really nice Mother's Day. And hopefully you'll have some nice weather. Looks like we're going to have a rainy weekend, but we'll still have a good time, I'm sure. So I'm going to get my chat back up here with YouTube. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Oh, thanks, Anne. Glad you liked it. Okay, I think that's it. So I will see you next week. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel. during the week. I'm going to hopefully have another video up tomorrow, because I do other videos that are recorded that you can watch and learn some more stamping techniques. So hope to see you next Thursday. That's going to be the 18th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And oh yeah, next week is going to be that Crafting with You stamp set. I had mentioned last week I was going to do that this month. That's going to be my class for next month. So I thought I'd give you a heads up on that. So have a great weekend, guys. Bye.